How's it going, guys? Jack Connor here with a trailer reaction this time. I had heard a little bit about this documentary called Long Live Rock, Celebrate the Chaos. I had heard people talk about it, but I finally saw the trailer the other day, and I didn't expect it to affect me the way that it had. And we can get into it once I play the actual trailer here, but I think this is an important documentary, certainly for me personally. Not just being a guy who's played in bands over the years, but also a guy who's a genuine fan of hard rock music, and that's putting it lightly. This it's hard for me to put into words how much I love this type of music, rock and roll, hard rock. People say like I'm a metal guy. I don't know if I'm really a metal guy. I'm a hard rock guy, and I think there's a difference. There's definitely a distinction there, depending on who you ask. But it's this is the type of music that is very much the soundtrack to my life since I was 13 years old. And yeah, I mean, there's not much more I can say about it. I mean, next to God and my family, I can't imagine too many other things I love in this world more than rock and roll music. Like I'm so glad that this documentary is being made, and like I said, I didn't expect it to impact me and move me as much as it did watching this. But certainly now in March of 2021, as I record this, it made me realize how much I miss concerts and going to concerts, and it's really been breaking my heart the fact that in the last year or so that's been going away, especially in this, with the way that the music business is now. First records weren't being sold anymore, and now concerts went away too. So that really sucks as a fan. But I'm looking forward to it getting back to. Hopefully, it'll get back to some semblance of what it was before. But for now, let's check out the trailer for Long Live Rock, Celebrate the Chaos. I don't know where this is going to be released, or if it was going to be released theatrically, or if it's going to be streaming anywhere. But I definitely want to see this now. So let's get into it. Metallica.
Nothing's like a rock show, man. It's a place of solidarity.
Your average American isn't seeing the heavy rock artists on the award shows or radio. They can sometimes believe that, oh, rock doesn't exist anymore in the way it used to.
I don't want to be on morning talk shows having to be nice because hard rock's all accepted and it looks good for Kathy Lee and Hoda.
Okay, couple things there. I definitely appreciate what Rob Zombie was saying, as far as not wanting to be mainstream and not wanting to be on talk shows. I get that. I understand it. Unfortunately, I there was a time where hard rock really was mainstream and really was accepted and pushed. It's always been a little bit fringe, here and there, but it's it wasn't too long ago where that was the case, or it was at least in the conversation. And it hasn't been like that for a while, but I know that it was real for a while. And I think sometimes you do need people who are going to go and do mainstream stuff and put the music on a platform like that. I understand why a lot of people don't want to do it. I definitely appreciate where that comes from, and even before Rob Zombie said what he was saying, I know that was Andy Biersack from a great band called the Black Veil Brides, who was saying that a lot of people in America aren't really exposed to it as mainstream, so they must think, oh, it must be dying off. And there are a lot of great bands out there, a lot of very talented people out there. It's just not getting on, not really getting on the right platforms or getting the right exposure. And I'm not sure what that is, but it's and then of course we saw this infamous interview where Gene Simmons said that rock was finally dead and it was murdered, and because of downloading and everything. And I read that article, and I love Gene Simmons. I love Kiss. I really do. But that was very tough for me to read. That was like, that's like Santa Claus telling you that Christmas is all BS and it was canceled. And I have a hard time believing that. And even if he does bring up good points about that, but you know, I don't know. Let's keep going on. I could talk for hours about that.
Generally speaking, rock is dead.
I don't listen to anybody who says rock is dead.
All the disenfranchised feel that they belong to something that's much bigger than themselves.
I'm a whole different person when I'm at one of these concerts. You can de-stress your life and just be in the moment.
That symbiotic relationship between the fan and the band, it's integral. It's a cool vibe between the bands. It's like a big family.
It's true. It's true. Absolutely. What that young girl was saying, as far as like you being able to de-stress, and I would also add that there's something very communal about it, about going to a show like that. I've been lucky enough to be playing in bands for over 15 years now, and I certainly when I moved to the Orlando area. Previously, I was in Tampa and then Melbourne, Brevard County. When I was in in Brevard County in Florida and in Orlando, that was one of the first times where I really felt accepted and really felt like I was part of like this extended family, and I'm very grateful for that, and I'm very grateful that I'll always. To a degree, I'll always have that as long as I'm out there playing, and that I've gotten to meet some really great people that way. And that's just my story. But let's go on to this.
I don't know what compels people to want to jump on top of other people.
She just said, I want to surf you. I have to pull her up on top of me.
You can kill me right now!
It was definitely my mom trip, my therapy.
There's nothing more mesmerizing than a mosh pit.
Ice-T.
It's altering, and in an altered state, people do things that they wouldn't otherwise do.
I don't like the wall of death.
It's just warfare.
The wall of death. I gotta tell you guys, I was never really much of a mosh pit guy. I definitely understand why they're there. I know people have fun doing it, and I don't know, just it was never really my thing, but to each his own.
Law enforcement, it's life or death a lot of times. Prisoners, they'll come up to me and they'll be like, have you heard this new song? Gilkey was an inmate here. We kind of sparked a kindred friendship of music from that.
Music has the ability to heal the human soul like nothing else can.
The first time I went to a festival in my chair, my brother was gassing me. He's like, I bet you won't do it. I'm like, yes, I will. I see a lady in a wheelchair fucking crowd surfing, that's rock and roll.
Wow.
So whether you're a Republican, a Democrat, a liberal, or conservative, when the music catches you, it doesn't matter. We're all one.
Absolutely. 100% I agree with that. Rock and roll, that's one of the beauty I should say that's the beauty of this. It doesn't matter where you come from, what you believe in, or what you look like, how much money you have, what color you are, etc. It's about what's in your heart and about what you're passionate about, and it's about loving the music and going to shows and that sort of thing. So, and it's about being yourself as well. So that's what it's all about. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Myself and the music I'm making, the audience, is one of the most important relationships in my life. It's a real connection that's more than like, we're going to go play a show, there's an ocean of people, there's a check at the end of the day. Like, don't tell anybody that I do this for free.
No, he's not much of a capitalist anyway, so that tracks. So yeah, man, long live rock, celebrate the chaos. I definitely want to see this when it comes out, however it comes out. I'm in. They've sold me on it. And yeah, it says they'll be featuring members of Metallica. We saw Lars in there, Guns N' Roses. I saw Slash, Slipknot, Korn, Avenged Sevenfold, Rob Zombie, Five Finger Death Punch, Rage Against the Machine, Greta Van Fleet, Halestorm, and many more. The website is longliverockmovie.com. Yeah, man, that's amazing. Like, I'm so glad that this documentary exists and is getting out there. I hope it gains some traction. At least lets people know like what rock and roll is and what it isn't. And I think that's something, especially this younger generation out there. They kind of need to understand at least where it comes from, and that's not all about just all these old guys doing their thing, and I'm getting to be there myself. So it's cool, man. Thank you guys for tuning in as well. Obviously, this is something that really means a lot to me and is close to my heart. But I hope you enjoy my reactions and my podcasts. And if you have any other requests for me to do, let me know in the comments. And make sure you subscribe, hit like, and go back and check out some of my other videos, some of my podcasts, and feel free to check out my band, Vertebreaker, facebook.com/vertebreakerband. I'll have links to that in the description. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm Jack Connor. I'll talk to you later.